morning, everybody. This is Laura Columbus at Attuned Yoga Wellness, and I just wanted to finally get in here this week because I have been a little absent. And yeah, it's been a big week for a lot of people. It's been a big processing week and a big release week. So I don't know how that's sitting with you. I don't know if it's coming out in, in rage or in tears, or in just really starting to deconstruct your experience, or just seeing things for what they truly are. But it seems to be a big revelatory week of things showing up. And what comes to mind in particular for me this week is just how fragile life can be, and really just how heartbreaking it can be. And when we sit with that and we really truly honor the truth of what it is to be alive and to be present and to be in our experience, and to notice those fluctuations of our experience, those high highs and those low lows, the gamut from, extreme joy to, traumatic grief, and, to ecstasy, to wonder, to, overwhelm, to all of those multi-layered things that are occurring, and sometimes occurring at the same exact time. And really how potent and amazing it is to be alive and to be present to those things, even when they aren't all, exactly how we wanted it to be. But what we start to notice is when we come up against things that are traumatic or even heartbreaking, that we get to see who we are over and over and over again, and we get to experience ourselves in a different way. And so when we can sit with ourselves, when we can sit with our own heart, when we can offer ourselves our own care and our own attention, and again, the privilege of our own time, then we deepen that conversation of the heart. And when we deepen the conversation of the heart, we get to see ourselves potentially a little more clearly, and then we know how we want to step into our experience. So when we allow ourselves to be vulnerable in that way, when we allow ourselves to sit with ourselves, and we sit with our truth versus, what we would like things to look like versus what they do look like, and then how am I going to step into this and learn from it, and then in this learning process, how am I going to choose to place my heart? So this word Shradha, which means faith in Sanskrit, but more explicitly, it means, where are you choosing to place your heart? In what ways do you place your heart? In whose care do you place your heart? And ultimately, I hope that you are placing your heart first and foremost in your own care. And then once you've done that, acknowledging, the heart's resilience and power, we can choose where we place it and how we place it and with whom. And so when we look at, the heartache that is being alive, and we see how we are all just a little bit broken in many little different ways, then we can experience that brokenness not as something that's negative or wrong, but as something that makes us who we are, and makes us more of who we are, and also really creates the beauty of what it is to be alive. And one of my taglines on my website and sort of in my business is live a beautiful life. And it doesn't mean that things are going to be perfect and pretty all the time. It means that to live a beautiful life, we have to deconstruct, and we have to really look at who we are, and we have to look at our brokenness. We have to look at the ways, and we have to look at those ways in which, we're quote unquote not perfect, but that's actually how we are perfect, because we are perfectly ourselves. And so acknowledging that aspect and acknowledging those things that make you who you are, and your experience is part of what makes you who you are. And so I wrote it on the side here, but that Leonard Cohen song definitely came to mind this morning. And in particular, that line, I'm just looking at it because there's a crack in everything. That's how the light gets in. And it is how the light gets in. It's how we see more of ourselves. It's how we literally experience more of our own light when we get to hold ourselves in that vulnerable space. And so today, we'll just take a seat with ourselves wherever we are and take a moment of pause. Feel your sitting bones root. Feel the body settle. Feel your awareness turn inside. You can close your eyes when you're ready. If it doesn't feel comfortable, then by all means don't. As you breathe, can you breathe down into the ground so that you create roots? You set yourself, you create connection. And as you create connection to the ground, know that you are being held, that you are being supported. It might just be physically by that chair. It might be, or it is, in fact, by gravity that is holding you down onto the earth. And so breathe into that resource and then breathe into the back of your lungs so that not only do you back off and turn inward, but you back up into yourself. You get a little more connected to your own presence. Can you back up to receive yourselves? And as you pause here and as you turn your awareness to that pulsation of your breath, can you feel the rise and the fall of the breath? Can you feel into that space between the breaths? And can you slip into that space? Can you use it as a portal, as a vehicle to move deeper into your own presence? Just to pause, to acknowledge where you are today. You know, did you sleep well last night? Are you sleepy? Are you tired? Are you overwhelmed? Do you have a lot on your plate? This can be a really overwhelming time in general for people because the holidays are starting. And so just acknowledging what that's bringing up for you. We're just feeling in. And as you feel in, start to feel sensation here. The sounds around you, feel the air against your skin. Feel the energy of wherever you're sitting. And then let that experience draw you inward. Back to that pulsation, back to the breath. And then is there anything that's showing itself to you? You know, is your belly a little jumpy? Is your heart fluttering? Do you feel nauseous? It's often a sign of transformation and transition. Maybe you feel sensation in the crown of your head or the sides of your eyes, or maybe you feel like you just want to get up and move and it's hard for you to sit. So just acknowledging whatever you're feeling. We want to notice where we're at, because where we're at is always going to be the jumping off point. And if we don't know where we are in the moment, it becomes more difficult to place our heart in meaningful ways. So when we can connect to ourselves and we can connect to our grief and our heartache and our trauma and our joy and our ecstasy and our wonder and all of both the beauty, all of it is the beauty of being alive. All of those details, all of those nuances, all of those ways that we get to experience our own experience. There goes my voice. So breathe into that, breathe into whatever is presenting itself to you today. And in that space, can you take your heart into your own care? And can you place it meaningfully in ways that are going to support you and nourish you and hold you? We tap into that question, you know, what do you need? And what do you want? And sit with the inquiry, sit with the space. It doesn't mean we'll get exactly what we want, but it opens up the portal to just create the opportunity to actually feel into what it is that is moving through us. So it is simply drawing us into a deeper awareness. You know, do you want healing? Do you want more light? Do you want to create a change? Do you want to make a shift? And from this space and from all of your experience, you know, what have you learned? What wisdom is holding you and supporting you? And what is allowing you to see more of your light? What is allowing you to receive light? So feel your sitting bones root again. Feel that lift up through your spine. Even when things are hard, even when you are going through something difficult, it is very often a release point. It is very often the place where we see more and more of ourselves, where we get to create deeper meaning. There's not a perfect formula, but we can use our experience as an access point. Draw your hands into prayer in front of your heart. Receiving what is showing up, what is being revealed. Honoring how it comes. Honoring your willingness to see your truth. And can we operate from this deep connection to ourselves? Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale completely. Just gently bowing your head to your heart and to your body, to your mind, to your resilience, to your power, and to the love in your heart. Namaste. Thank you all so much. It won't be too long till next time. I won't leave you hanging like that for another week. I hope you have a great day. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions. Feel free to post here. And I will see you soon. All right. Bye.